guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of WIP Wednesday. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Adrian, and Kiwi is over there preening his feathers. He is my Indian ringneck and my best buddy. So for those of you that aren't new to the channel and have been following me for a while, you guys kind of know how this works. Usually on Wednesdays, I show you guys what I've been working on. Sometimes I show finished projects, and as well as some of my WIPs. And then we usually talk a little bit about what I'd like to get completed within the next week or the upcoming week. Now lately, for those of you that are new to the channel lately, my uploading schedule has been a little bit erratic. I've been having some health problems and, dealing with my regular, job. That's been a little bit stressful and frustrating lately. But I hope you guys like my channel enough to stick around. And of course, as always, if you guys do like my content, please give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you haven't done so already. So I'm just gonna get into it. I finally finished the cardigan that was ordered through the Etsy shop. It was a made-to-order lotus mandala in the large size. And I'll start putting up pictures as I'm talking about it. It took me a little while longer to finish this one just because initially I didn't have any of the yarn that I needed. The colorway that was picked was Groot, which is a colorway in the Lion brand mandala line of yarn, and I didn't have any more of that left. So I ran out. I got 3 cakes of that because that's all that Walmart had, and then I finished it until I ran out of yarn, and then I had to go and get some more. I ended up ordering online 3 more balls or 3 more cakes. I don't know that many people are unfamiliar with Lion brand mandala, but if you are unfamiliar, it is 100% acrylic, and you get 590 yards per cake, and it is a weight 3 yarn. And I'll link the pattern for the Lotus Mandala jacket in my description box. Those that have been with my channel for a while know it is like my top #1 favorite garment pattern to make. And I talk about it like a lot on my channel. I even did a video where I timed myself making one, and apparently it takes just over 19 hours for me to make one of these jackets in the large size. So if you guys want to watch that video, I will link it up here or maybe at the end screen, whichever. I don't know. But anyways, so I did get that finished this week, which I'm super happy because it does make me feel like I'm accomplishing stuff. In my last video, I think it was, I was talking a little bit about how I was just feeling like I was getting a lot done, or a little bit done on a lot of different projects and not really accomplishing anything. But completing the cardigan does give me a sense of accomplishment, just because it's done, it's out of the way, I can get it ready to ship out, that kind of thing. And I'm gonna have to, the last Lotus Mandala that I shipped out that somebody ordered from the shop actually was damaged on the way there, so I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to ship these where they're not going to get damaged. I mean, there was like a whole huge slice in the bag. Luckily, the jacket itself wasn't damaged, but I'm really surprised that it wasn't. So I'm thinking maybe I can put it in one of those like 2.5 gallon size bags, Ziploc bags, and then put it in the poly mailer, because I usually ship anything soft. I usually ship in poly mailers, and that was the first time I ever had any issues. But I don't want any more. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so beyond that, I didn't really finish much this weekend or this week. I have been making a ton more of these preemie sized hats for the 2 orders that I got from the Etsy shop, and I think the first one, I'm probably a little bit more than halfway through. I know I've got probably 80 or 90 hats in blue, and they wanted 120 in blue. And I've already got, I think, like 15 or 16 yellow, and then I have to do some white and some pink for that order. And then I can get that order shipped out as well. Maybe I will go and when I go to package all of the beanies up, maybe I'll do a little short or something where you guys can see how many beanies that was and how we package them and whatnot, because I crochet them. My son Benjamin weaves in the ends and usually packs them 25 to a gallon size Ziploc bag, and then we usually box them up to ship them out, unless it's a small order where it's like only 30 or something like that. So maybe I'll do a little short on that where you guys can see the process that we go through when making these beanies. They don't take too long to make, usually maybe 15 minutes. And if I'm really pushing for speed, I can get one of these out in maybe 10 minutes. If I'm not really paying attention and I'm watching TV while I'm doing it, it takes maybe 15 to 20 minutes depending on how captivating this show is. But yeah, I made a bunch of these up that were for donation, and I have them in the shop, in my Etsy shop, as an item that you can purchase in bulk if you're wanting to donate to any of your local hospitals or NIC units. So there is that. As soon as I finish these beanies, I think I would like to go back to making myself, and I always say making myself, but really I never end up making anything for me. It all ends up getting gifted or sold. I never have actually made myself something. The one thing I did make for myself, I ended up gifting as a Christmas present, and I never even got to wear it. But y'all know that I am coming out with a new pattern here in the next couple of months. Oh, I'm sorry. And I have made it in small and extra small, and Crystal from Hook That Yarn is making it in a 3X. And I think I want to make myself one. I think I'm going to go ahead and make myself the 1X size. And then, I don't know. I just want to see what it looks like in as many different sizes as I can. And I'm sorry, guys. I haven't taken my medication, so I did have a little bit of a petit mal just then. I didn't mean to kind of like phase out. For those of you that are new to the channel, I do have seizures. And sometimes it's very apparent in my videos where I just kind of check out for a second. And then I have to try to remember what I was talking about. But anyways, yeah, I think after I get the beanies completed, I might start working up one of my hexagon cardigans for myself. Just because I don't ever make anything for me, and I want to see it in as many different sizes as I can. Now I have not decided whether I'm gonna do pattern testers for this particular pattern, but I have asked you guys for help in regards to picking a name for this pattern, and actually Crystal is running a giveaway on her channel in regards to that, and I will link her giveaway down in the description box. If you guys could give that video a watch and follow her instructions. I will say this, my link is going to send you to her channel, and then her video is going to send you back to my channel, just so you know. But we thought it would be a good way for to get you guys to get, you know, your input on this cardigan. You know, and I've had some pretty cool and pretty nifty names thrown out there for this cardigan. Outside of that, working up a cardigan for myself, I do have plans for an impkin. And I don't want to give too many, you know, details about my little impkin, but I plan on making an impkin. If you don't know what an impkin is, it is, they come out of this book called, I believe it's the Crochet Impkins, something like that. I'll throw a picture on the screen for you. And if you guys aren't familiar with that book, I'll leave a link in the description box where you guys can find that book as well. But the little impkin that I still have yet to make, I already have, I've got some things planned out for him, and it's going to be a fun thing. If I can get enough interest in it, and if I can, you know, hopefully, let's fingers crossed, I can get enough interest in what I want to do with this little impkin, because it's going to require some participants from the YouTube community. But anyways, aside from all of that, you know, I'm just kind of putting along. As far as my health goes, you know, there's been some issues with my back. You know, I ended up in the emergency room for a little while, and I have missed about a week's worth of work now because of my back. There is some kind of nerve that is wedged between two of my vertebrae, and so every time I move, or if I move in the wrong way, those vertebrae squish that nerve, and it runs all the way down from my lower back into my legs. They said it is consistent with sciatica, except the difference is that sciatica is usually in the hip area, and this is more over towards my lower back. And then they did CT scans and found out that it's a sciatic nerve, but it's pinched between vertebrae, which I don't know if that's, I don't know. But they are concerned about doing more harm. They did tell me it was degenerative, and that there's no way to fix it outside of taking medications or possibly back surgery. It's I guess, from what I understand, the sciatic nerve runs all the way down into your legs and feet. They're not going to consider back surgery until I lose feeling in my feet. Like, they said if I start losing feeling or sensation in my feet, like if it goes down that far, then they'll start considering back surgery. At this point right now, it's a burning sensation that runs down my legs, and lower back pain on the right side, which apparently is the point at which I'm sorry, the point at which that the nerve is pinched is right there at the base of my spine between two vertebrae, and that's supposed to be the area where it's actually pinched. And then when I move wrong or whatever, it runs down my legs and it causes it's a burning sensation. If it hurts. Let's just put it that way. It hurts. I don't know really how to describe it. It hurts pretty bad. So we're trying to limit physical activity that might worsen the problem. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know how much longer I will be employed at HEB, because it can be, it's physical. It's a physical job, you know, and I've been missing a lot of work because of this. And, you know, it's like we got my seizures a little bit better under control, so that I could go back to work. And now this happened, and I don't know, I'm supposed to go see the doctor sometime today, so hopefully I will have some kind of, you know, consensus, sorry, on what's happening with that. I don't know. Anyways, I just had another petty mail and I forgot what I was talking about. Like, it's just gone. I don't know. I am thinking about, though, possibly putting in my 2 weeks notice and really focusing on the channel, and maybe going around locally and seeing if there are any boutiques in, you know, here in the Grange that would be willing to do consignment with me. There's, you know, I live in small town Texas, and a lot of these small towns have really small boutiques, you know, that sell really expensive clothing, actually. And I'm thinking about maybe I should buckle down and really focus hard on the channel, but also look at some of these local shops and see if they would be willing to do consignment with me, because I know the consignment through the Scream Hollow theme park in Smithville, that went really well. And then, you know, I would be able to make a little bit of money to help pay for my medications, but I wouldn't have to be, you know, pushing carts, 8 to 10 carts, you know, at a time every day. Plus it would be doing something that I love to do. You know, I love to crochet, you know, and it would help my parents out a great deal. You know, my dad finally went back to work after his surgery, but now Mom and I are having issues, so, you know, they're talking about possibly taking Mom's driver's license away, because now she's having seizures. Anyways, guys, I am thinking that I have chewed Jell's ears off, plenty. For those of you that are new to the channel, if you do stick around, Fridays I usually go live with my mom, sometimes other people. It's called Free for All Friday, and it consists of, I mean, my channel is a crochet channel, a yarn channel, but Free for All Friday means the topic can vary from crochet to other crafts to what my mom had for lunch yesterday and why she can't remember it. Um, yeah, so I mean, because I have gotten questions as to why I call it Free for All Friday, and it's not necessarily because anybody can come up on panel. It's actually called that because the topic could be any topic of any kind, just what happens to strike us that day. Now, if you guys would like to be up on the panel, you can email me at Kiwi's Crochet Corner at gmail.com, and I can definitely send you an invite to be on the panel on Fridays. You know, don't be offended if I don't immediately respond, or if it takes me a while. I like to kind of reserve that for people that I'm familiar with. So if you're 100% new to the channel, I'm probably not going to respond until I have seen you, you know, interact with my channel or in the chats, things like that. Just because, you know, I don't want to get my channel in trouble because of something that somebody else did that was inappropriate on my live, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but you know, my channel can get in trouble for, you know, foul language, things like this, you know, and I have to make sure that whoever I bring up on panel is aware of the rules that YouTube has for that kind of thing. So just some food for thought for those of you that were wondering, because yes, I've actually gotten questions on that. There was something else that I had been getting questioned on a lot recently, but I can't remember what it is. I guess when I remember, I will, I'll make another video. I keep saying that I'm going to sit down and batch record, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And right now, for some reason, my eye is all cloudy, and I can't see through it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will, catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully it is, you know, not too far out. I don't know. But, yeah. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.